I've got Roy Rickstrew with me, of course, your disability rep. Good to see you as always.
Likewise, Tom.
We're going to talk about something I don't know if we have ever, gone into depth about that, and that is HIPAA versus like Social Security claims.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Everyone's fairly familiar with HIPAA from the aspect that it's supposed to protect information.
Right.
Prevent unwanted disclosures. That's one of the key components. And it does exactly that. It makes sure that approved disclosures are made in a timely fashion, mandates time frames so that the doctor's office or the hospital can't just drag out the release forever. Also limits the cost of the disclosure so they can't charge some crazy fee for the release of records. Ways that a provider might prevent the release by exorbitant costs or by lengthy time frames.
Okay.
But the other thing that HIPAA does is it gives access protections too. And a lot of people don't realize that it gives you access to your records. It allows you to obtain records to go from doctor to doctor or hospital to hospital. It gives you the opportunity to look at your own record, to inspect it, to dispute information. We have talked about that one time before.
Right.
Lets you verify that your care notes are in line with what the doctor's talked with you about. And overall, it gives you the opportunity to make sure that your records are an accurate reflection of the conversations that you're having with your doctor.
That doesn't negate keeping your own records, though, does it?
Oh, no. And I tell people all the time, especially with the Cox portal, the My Mercy portals, you can jump in there, take a look at those visit notes, find out what's going on. It's not uncommon to see in records that people are denying orthopedic pain when the main reason for the visit is orthopedic pain.
Yes.
Or you'll see they'll deny swelling, but then later on you'll see that they've tested for edema. It's not uncommon that there's just unbelievable indiscrepancies in those records. It's an opportunity for you to go in there and just make sure that what you and your doctor are talking about is what's actually getting written down in those notes.
Part of the problem, I think, with that, I'm going to go a little adjacent here, is the fact that when you read some of these reports, you have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, to a certain extent, but almost every record is going to be set up where there's a review of symptoms. Those are just very basically the complaints that you made during the appointment. You can at least cross-check those.
True.
There's some exam findings too, and you can certainly see if you had a problem with your gait that day or if you denied gait complaints. If the doctor did any kind of muscle testing, you may not understand the end results, but you'll know if the doctor touched you or not.
True.
I've had appointments before where the doctor said I had +1 pitting edema in my feet, and he never pulled up my pant legs. And you scratch your head and you wonder, how do we figure this out if you didn't lay your hands on me?
Yes.
So at least you have that much of a guide to know if your doctor's recording something accurate.
Are there any, downfalls, pitfalls, things people need to watch for?
Oh, there's definitely some problems that you can identify by looking at your own records. One of those is your doctor may not have made any notes at all. And I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but it comes up pretty often. It came up about a week ago. Had a gal that had been in psychiatric counseling for 2.5 years, asked for records, there were none, came back and said, oh no guys, there has to be some. Got a half-page written summary of 2.5 years worth of records. By the time we took the name, the date of birth, the social out of it, the doctor's title, we had about 3 sentences that accounted for 2.5 years of twice-a-week counseling.
That's legit?
I don't believe that it is.
Okay,
all
right.
But HIPAA does allow a doctor to provide a summary of care to the requester if the requester agrees to a summary of care. But in that case, there was literally nothing in the treatment file until we asked, and then the doctor sent me a report that wasn't even signed when the thing was done.
Okay, but you just said until we asked.
Yeah.
Is that why you need to have someone who can represent you?
Well, I think that helps in the disability portion, but had she asked for any of her records through the years, she would have at least known if there was something recorded.
So keep track of things.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And it's not just times that the doctors don't record things too. Sometimes doctors retire, they change hospital networks or clinics. You don't know where the records go, right? If the doctor changes from a Mercy to a Cox clinic, then who has your treatment notes?
True.
Not always sure. Or if the doctor goes from private practice and joins a Mercy network, for example, we don't always know who retains the records for your time frame.
Yeah.
The Joplin tornado, and we're still talking about it
all
all
these
these years later.
A lot of records are gone.
Yeah, they blew away. Some of those clinics had paper records. Some of them maintain them electronically in-house. Another thing I've had come up, had a couple of doctors through the years that were picked up on prescription fraud. They were writing pain medication prescriptions for clients that didn't need them.
Yeah.
The feds came in and locked the door, seized all their records for evidence.
So all records are gone.
So all the records were essentially gone.
Okay, a lot to cover under that, but if people want more information, they'd like to talk to you about things like this.
Yeah.
How do they do that?
Well, and this is the thing, right? You have to prove that you're disabled, and so there's times that it's very, very much so important to look at your records and have someone else look at them for you.
Right.
But you can give me a ring here at the office, the 417-812-6698, the QR code on the screen. Click it, direct to my calendar, schedule a time that works for you. Let's sit down and chat about it and see what we can do to try to help you navigate this program.
All right, Roy. Thank you very much. Roy Richtru, your disability rep. Back to you.